Adventure Land in Lenox, Alabama. It is July I got the wrong date, 26th? 26th, that's last week's date on there. Tonight, Whack an Atheist. Johnny Angel, I'd never heard of Johnny Angel until a couple days ago. And Emma Thorne, we've talked about Emma Thorne before. Emma, come visit Dinosaur Adventure. Johnny, you can come too. Okay, we're the place where God ought to get the glory for his creation. We're on Rumble, Kent Hovind Official, on Genesis Baptist Church, on YouTube, on Kent Hovind Official on Odyssey, and a bunch of more places. You can see them all on drdino.com, D-R-D-I-N-O. Or call us, 855-BIG-DINO. How many extensions do we have? I'm extension 3. We got 5? Oh, no, pick a number. Okay, let's see. Emma Thorne and Johnny. Let's see. Let's call up what they said here. One of these is the Atheist Experience. Okay? This is Johnny Angel's channel, and he's going to talk. Well, we'll share that in just a minute. Let's go.
So I want you to think about that.
No.
What could Jesus have been talking about? Anyway, it's AXP. Let's get the show started.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to the Atheist Experience. Today is July 16th, 2000.
Why is it not showing on the screen?
Because it's not showing on your slide.
How do I fix that?
Drag it over, maybe? I'm not sure.
What?
Drag it over, maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, let's crank it up again. Well, he doesn't say anything important anyway, so let's try it right here.
23.
There we go.
My name is Johnny P. And joining me today is my co-host, and the first time we've ever worked together, Emma Thorne. Emma, how are you doing today?
I am absolutely smashing. Thank you very much, Johnny. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. I'm very excited. I know that we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some good callers. I hope we're going to have some really good arguments about, oh gosh, maybe we'll have some conversations about, prophecy. Maybe we'll hear some really good arguments about how atheists require faith. Maybe we'll have some really good conversations about where we get our morality from.
Those are all good questions. Atheists do have faith. There's no possible way you can know God doesn't exist. You can believe that if you'd like. And where do you get your morality from? Johnny, maybe you can answer the question. I've asked atheists all the time. Would it be wrong for you to go next door, kill your neighbor's baby, and eat it? You say, well, yeah. Well, the lion does it to the zebra all the time. Is it wrong? If we're just an animal, why is it wrong for humans and not wrong for the zebra? Well, anyway, your morality, I would like to hear about that. We'll talk some other time, though.
And maybe this will be the day that our totally existent faith that God totally never existed and doesn't exist, because that's what atheists secretly believe, will be tested, and in front of thousands of people, a theist out there will have stumped our smug faces.
Great idea.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I'll have to go to church or mosque or like such as. Do you think it's
I'm hoping it's something a little bit more obscure. I want to not be able to find a church for thousands and thousands of miles because it's such an obscure religion that is proven true. That would be great.
Yes, inconvenience us, Zoroastrians. If you're out there, I know that you're a dwindling group of people, but wish you the best of luck. Anyhow, Atheist Experience is a product of the Atheist Community of Austin, a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the promotion of atheism, critical thinking, secular humanism, and the separation of religion and government. Before we get started on calls, last week we asked you, name a mistake God made during creation. We asked you to put those comments in the comments, and we have our top 3 answers. Number 3, coming from Major Oz, says, mistake, avocado pit. It's mostly pit, isn't it? It's largely pit. I would disagree. I think that avocados are pretty easy to cut, and you get to do that little samurai move where you sort of chop the pit and go, and then pull it out. So I think that's maybe a plus, but no offense, Major Oz. Going to disagree with you on that one. Number 2, Tool Ghost says, was the Hovinds. Kent and Eric, specifically, I'm assuming. Maybe, but by creating the Hovinds, he gave us an example of what not to do, what not to be, right? A negative role model in a way. So
God uses flawed people.
It's true. They're the heroes that we need, not the ones that we want. Our number one comment, but
You can go on and watch the rest of that later. Anyway, your pastor here is world famous. Yeah. The Hovinds. We're public enemy number one. Let's see. Mistake God made during creation was the Hovinds. Well, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry, right above the avocado pit, man. We're moving up in the world. Let's see. Tonight, Whack an Atheist. That was last night. Comments. Johnny Angel and Emma Thorne from England. You can support our ministry. Join our 777 Club if you'd like to help us out. Go to drdino.com, our website. I want to help them guys win souls. Still no super chats on YouTube. There's a little button someplace you got to hit, right? And you're putting up all the little black and white dots, and they can do something with that and make something happen. Yeah, okay, whatever that is. Okay. All right. Make any checks to CSE, Creation Science Evangelism, if you'd like. Whack an Atheist Wednesday. It's a fun game we play here at Dinosaur Adventure Land. It's based on the whack-a-mole game. It's fun. A whack-a-mole game, you wait till the mole sticks his head up, whack him back down. And the kids love it, okay? Fun, fast. When a mole sticks his head up, the goal is to see how fast you can whack him back down. Even small children can learn to love and play whack-a-mole game. And adults like whack-a-mole, I guess. I don't know. I've never played it, I don't think. With Whack an Atheist, we wait for an atheist to stick his head up and make a silly claim that his evolution religion is true, and Johnny, evolution is a religion. You want separation of church and state? Well, then get evolution out of the schools. Come on, Johnny, be consistent, okay? Then we sweetly and swiftly whack them back down with real science and Christian love, of course. We've whacked lots of atheists, and a few have learned to keep their head down. Emma hasn't learned yet, okay? We've whacked her a couple times. Some of the hard-headed must be whacked over and over and over. I taught high school math and science 15 years. I'm used to hard-headed and whack them over and over. Okay. Actually, I rather enjoy it. So tonight, the winner is, for the whack-a-mole, Johnny P. Angel, who has his own YouTube channel. There's Johnny Angel, the Atheist Experience out of Texas, okay? Johnny and Cynthia Live, Free Thought Library. You wish you had free thought, okay? Emma has her own program, Why Noah Built Ark in 40 Days. Emma, have you even read the story in the Bible? Emma, it rained for 40 days. He built the ark probably for 100 years. Doesn't say. He had 100 years warning, built the ark in 40 days. They make up these dumb things and then slap them down and say, see, we beat Christianity, okay. Emma claims to be bisexual Pride Month. She has, let's see, Emma calls herself Satan's lover. There it is right on her shirt. Satan's lover, Emma. You're going to regret that one of these days. I'm sorry for it. I've been trying. She did an article about YouTube about Matt Powell and I. She did another one with Atheist Junior, who I'll debate any day, AJ. Come on. Why don't you call in and debate? You like to make YouTubes about me I'm not there to defend myself. Anyway, Kent Hovind loves Emma. She did a whole bunch. Kent Hovind and Matt Powell supercut, being horrible people. Kent Hovind, fundamentalist Christian exposed for his lies. Emma Thorne. Wow, okay. Kent Hovind, Whack an Atheist Wednesday. Atheist reaction. So Kent Hovind lied about me on Whack an Atheist Wednesday, introducing the Knights of the Dunce Table. He's got me and Matt Powell on there. Or no, me and somebody on there. I don't know who that is. Let's read Kent Hovind's Danny the Dinosaur, a children's book I wrote for children. Huh?
That's you and John MacArthur.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let's see. A mistake God made during creations was the Hovinds. I'd never heard of Johnny Angel till yesterday. It's nice to see that my son Eric and I are living rent-free in an atheist head. Plenty of room up there. It's nearly empty, okay? Let's see. So he said at the 50-minute mark, let me skip up to the 50-minute mark right here. If I can do that on this screen. Boy, it's going to be tough to see the minutes there, brother. 17, okay. Because he takes callers, and you can watch the whole show if you like, obviously, but it's a little bit boring. But he says something that rung a bell with me, and I said, wait a minute, we got to answer this one. Let me back up just a hair. We'll just start in here somewhere. Okay, here goes. Johnny Angel and Emma Thorne.
You hit it right on the head with regard to Sharia law and Saudi Arabia. I kind of fed that one to you. But you can also look at, what's that terrible term they have for Texans? Howdy Arabia. Saudi Arabia is Howdy Arabia, wherein governmental entities, yeehaw, right? You have people who are making decisions based upon their faith. It bleeds into their exercise of political muscle, which makes differences in the society we live in. The problem with religion is not that it exists inside a person's head like a cancer that makes them think of magical things like pixies and triune gods. It's that these people make decisions in the real world that affect other people that don't have those beliefs. And there's enough of them where they can start restricting the rights of others because of their pet superstition. That's my problem. It's not benign. Magical thinking is dangerous because there's no limit to it.
Like, we all came from a dot smaller than a proton. Yeah, magical thinking, Johnny.
Faith is not really an occasionally reliable source of a way of examining the world. Faith is also a justification that bad actors can use to amplify their prejudice. I don't think you're arguing any of that, Arnold, and I'm not going to let you come back on this one. You're not those people. I don't think you are. You are an honest interlocutor. I enjoyed this conversation, but we can't take you all day. We have to move on to other callers. So I would encourage you to call back. Emma, last thought is yours.
I just want to apologize because I think we were all over the place on that one, all three of us.
Yeah, it's hard. And for those folks in the chat who might think, geez, wrangle your cats already. We all have a lot of thoughts. And, Arnold, Emma, and myself, we can come at these issues from lots of different directions. And I think it's fun. It's invigorating, but it can also be kind of exhausting. If you'd like to support that, what I just described, and us here at the ACA, you can do so.
He's going to take a couple supporters donating $1 to $5, whatever. But when he gets to, I think it's the third one, I want to talk about that. So I'm just going to let it play. So be patient. Hang in there, folks, okay?
So it's very easy. In fact, become a member for as little as 99 cents a month. Click the join button below the video, and this will give you access to special chat emojis. And send a super chat with a question or a comment, which will be read live on air during the show. We've got some more super chats. I'm going to go ahead and read those right now. We've got Captain Cadaver sent us €2. Ooh. Thank you so much. Hi there. I'm slightly late, but I brought cookies. Fax them to me. Captain.
Cap's great. Cap always brings cookies.
Thank you so much. Greg Markowski has sent us $4.99 saying to Emma, not to me, Emma is wonderfully funny, keeps me awake at work many days. Oh yeah, Johnny is funny too sometimes. Yeah. The sometimes is doing the heavy lifting. And then Bean Fairy sent us 1 penny short of $10 saying you don't need faith when you have the biblical facts, like the fact that Jesus lied when he promised the disciples that their generation would not pass away before the sun.
Did Jesus lie when he said that generation would not pass away? They love to look for supposed contradictions in the Bible. Let me play a few more seconds, then I want to get back to my slides here.
Of man came. I'm sure that Jesus is about to come any second now, and we should be prepared for it. We're going to go ahead and take our...
No, well, let me just talk about that. Did Jesus lie about, let's see, is that where I'm at? Man, I got too many slides going here, brother. Slide number 43, Alt-DV. Alt-DV, how do I do this, brother?
You gotta drag that one back away.
Gotta do what?
Reverse that, drag that back away.
Drag this back over there. So we're done with these guys. I'll just shut them down. Okay. Let's talk about this. Did Jesus lie? And now I can do it, right? So here he's talking at the 50-minute mark. And he said, you have people who are making their decisions based upon their faith. It bleeds into their exercise of political muscle, which makes differences in the society we live in. Johnny, you are correct. And this is describing atheists also, Johnny. Okay. You have a faith in atheism, and it bleeds into your political decisions. Okay. The problem with religion is not that it exists inside a person's head, like a cancer that makes them think of magical things like pixies and triune gods. It's that these people make decisions in the real world that affect other people that don't have their belief. Same with atheism, Johnny. Same with atheism. You have a religion. There's enough of them they can start restricting the rights of others. Bingo. That's atheism too, okay? That's my problem. It's not benign. Magical thinking is dangerous. Oh, evolution is the magical thinking, Johnny. Please look in the mirror, okay? Faith is not merely an occasional but reliable source of a way of examining the world. Faith is a justification that bad actors can use to amplify their prejudice. Bingo. That's evolution. Evolution is a religion. It's a faith. There's no science to back it up, okay? You don't need faith when you have the biblical facts, like the fact that Jesus told his disciples that the disciples would not pass away before the Son of Man came. That's what you just said, Johnny, on your program, 10 days ago now. So I believe I got the quote right. So let's see. In Matthew 24, Jesus is talking about the end of time, and it's on my chart here. If you get my timeline that I talk about end times, how the world's going to end according to the Bible, with my book, What on Earth is About to Happen, and my chart. At the end, Jesus' disciples asked him at the end of Matthew chapter 24 and in Mark 13, get them all up here, and all these verses and from Daniel are on the back here. They said, Lord, when are you coming and what's the sign? When are you coming and what's the sign? Luke 21, when are you coming and what's the sign? He describes the tribulation for 18 or 20 verses, and he says, I'm coming after the tribulation when the sun and the moon go dark. So he's talking to his disciples here in Matthew 24. He said, he shall send his angels with the sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. This is obviously the rapture, okay? And then skip down to verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass. Which generation? The one that sees the angels and the trumpet. Not the one he's talking to right then. This generation that sees the angels and the trumpet, they're not going to pass till all these things be fulfilled. Same thing in Mark 13. He shall send his angels and gather together his elect, and this generation shall not pass. So in Matthew, Mark, and in Luke, he's talking about the generation that sees the rapture is not going to pass away until it's finished. But Luke 21, same thing. You see the Son of Man coming in the cloud. This generation shall not pass away. However, there's another supposed contradiction, and maybe Johnny's talking about this one. In Matthew 16, Jesus said to his disciples, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Whoa, 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 now hold on. Does it say they're going to see the coming of the Lord and the rapture or the catching away? No, no, no. The Son of this generation, there's some people standing here. Now he's talking to a crowd of people with his disciples there. There's some standing here that are not going to die till they see the Son of Man coming. What's this talking about? Till they see the kingdom of God. Well, let's see. That's Matthew 16. Okay, now, Johnny, focus, okay? The very next chapter, Matthew 17. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, John, his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with them. So wait a minute. The disciples that were standing there in the last chapter did get to see Jesus. What did he say they're going to exactly see? See the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. They saw Jesus transformed before them. He was transfigured before them. So it's not a contradiction. Atheists love to pick out what they think are contradictions in the Bible because they think if they can prove this book is wrong, that makes their evolution religion right, which is lousy logic, of course. Even if the Bible were wrong, that doesn't make evolution true. 20 most damning Bible contradictions. Really? Okay. There are lots of contradictions I find fairly trivial. For example, Ahaziah was 22 or 42 when he became king. Look at those two passages carefully. If you watch my DVD number 7 in my series here, it's called Questions and Answers, 2 of them. How long is each one, Mrs. Hovind? Each one, almost 2 hours each, about 4 hours. One of the long sections I cover in there is the supposed contradictions in the Bible. Look at the passages and read them for yourself. 2 Kings 8:26, 2 Chronicles 22:2. In one of the passages, he became king when he was 22 years old with his mother. It was a co-regency. Later, his mother died, and he became king again at 42. They anointed him king again by himself. See, it's not a contradiction. It's a continuation of the story. It's giving more detail in the 2 different passages. But atheists will refuse to really examine it because they want there to be contradictions. And so I cover, I don't know how much, a whole bunch of the supposed contradictions. The 10 biggest contradictions in the Bible, atheist YouTube channel. 30 pairs of Bible verses that contradict. Let's see, Dan Barker, freedom from religion. Dan, you really should be freedom from thought. That's what your organization's about, okay? The top 5 contradictions in the Bible. Ann Gaylor said, there are a lot of Bible contradictions out there, a lot of Bible contradictions, a lot of mistakes in the Bible. Historical mistakes, scientific mistakes. You can even say there are moral mistakes. One of the ones I cover on here, did the Bible get it wrong about the value of pi? 3.14159.265. No, it's about exactly right. Talked about a big, huge bowl Solomon made, and it gives the diameter and the circumference. Watch video 7. Get the series. Oh, this thing's $50 for 18 hours. You can watch it, copy it, return it, get your money back. Can't beat a deal like that. I tell people I used to loan my videos out. I learned right away. Christians don't steal, but they borrow and never return. So I'm not going to loan it to you, right? You buy it. When you're done, send it back, get your money back. I don't know how else can we do it? That's fair, isn't it? Yep. Once they buy it, they keep it. Oh, but you can if you want to, okay? Now, if you can, we still have the deal where you get 3 of them for $100. 3? Huh? 10 sets for $300. Give them out to all your friends and enemies. Yeah, right, okay. One guy told his kids when they were going off to a secular college, he wanted them to watch my video series. Dad, it's too long. We don't want to sit and watch TV that long. He said, tell you what, I'll pay $5,000 toward your college bill if you watch the whole series without interruption, no distractions. $5,000 got their attention. He said they watched it, it saved their hide going off to secular school. Would it be worth $5,000 to save your kids' faith? Anyway, you think about it. But these guys always say there are contradictions in the Bible, mistakes in the Bible. I'd like to see some. Bible contradictions, the American Atheist. List of contradictions, the Atheist Papers. Now keep in mind, folks, atheists do not want God telling them what to do. So if you spend 1,000 hours answering all their supposed contradictions, rather than accept the authority of God's word, they'll go look for more. If you answer every contradiction, they'll say, well, let me go find some more. I'll be back. They don't want to submit. Questions for the American atheist. Do you spend any time looking for contradictions in the evolution theory? Do you? You couldn't squeeze a cup of water into a dot smaller than a period on a page. I'll give you, that's what I got, $8.80. If you can squeeze a cup of water into a dot smaller than a period on a page, you can't do it. And you want to put the whole universe in there. You talk about a contradiction, and you want to make all the animals in the world come from a single-celled creature like an amoeba. That's a contradiction to common sense. But you don't spend any time looking for contradictions in your evolution religion, do you? Not at all. No, I can find a bunch of them for you that you can't answer. Yeah. We did a whole series, Questions for Evolutionists. My series, Lies in the Textbooks. Video number 4 is on here. Lies in the Textbooks. Yeah, you ought to watch that one. Why do you keep lies in the textbooks? That's all you've got to support your dumb religion. American Atheist, right. Bible contradictions. You believe everything came from a dot? You think matter moved faster than light after the Big Bang? Is that a contradiction to common sense? How are you going to get matter to go faster than light? You can't get light to go faster than light. And nobody knows what light is. Give me a jar of light, please, and paint it red. Yeah, and nobody knows what gravity is. Let's look for contradictions. You want life coming from non-living matter? Show me where this happens. Show me how that can't be a religious belief on your part. There's no science to back that up. How about an amoeba gaining arms and legs? Doesn't your silly chart show the amoeba turning into everything? Yeah. They did not like to retain God in their knowledge. God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Romans chapter 1 has it in there 3 different times. He gave them up, he gave them up, he gave them over. You don't want God. Okay. God will make you believe something so dumb, you believe you came from a rock, which came from a dot of nothing exploding. And you're going to have all eternity to slap yourself around hell saying, why did I believe that? Why? I'm trying to help. I'm the best friend you got, and you don't even know it. Let's see. The face of a skeptic when another Bible contradiction is shown to not be a contradiction. Ken Ham did a good book on that, Demolishing Supposed Bible Contradictions. How about this one? This video demolishes the so-called Bible contradictions. There's plenty of stuff on the internet if you believe there's contradictions. If you really want an answer, search for it. There aren't any. They say Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2 conflict with each other. I answer that on here give you a long answer on here. Chapter 1 is the summary of the 7 days of creation. Chapter 2 is taking day 6 only and expanding the details. Watch my series. There's not a contradiction. Answers to 101 alleged contradictions in the Bible from Walmart. Don't show that to my wife. Oh, you're here. You were at Walmart, I bet, today, weren't you? Did you go to Walmart today, dear?
I arrived 3 days early.
Every word of God is pure, in awe of thy word. This book by Gail Ripplinger is fabulous. It's like 700 pages. Yep.
Also, while you mentioned her name, please have your audience pray for her.
Pray for Gail's health. She's in poor health, so pray for her. But she has done a great job has a whole YouTube, website. What's her website? avpublications.com, authorized version. You can get a lot of her books from our ministry here. In awe of thy word. It's right here someplace, isn't it? Like 700-page, huge book.
We sell a lot of her books.
Yeah, a lot of her stuff. Get AV Public, or just go on our website, Dr. Dino. Every word of God is pure, Phil Stringer. Supposed Bible contradictions. Every word of God is pure. And so, Mr. What was his name? Johnny Angel and Emma, there are no contradictions. But even if there were, that's not going to help your theory. I wish you'd focus on how dumb your religion is. But if you want to focus on Christianity, try to draw attention away from your idiot religion, show me the top 5 contradictions. Johnny, send me the top 5 contradictions. I'll dedicate a program right here to what you think are contradictions in the Bible. Emma, you and Johnny get together, find the top 5, send them to I don't get any. I don't get email. I don't want email. Okay, I can barely keep up with the phone. Where should they send them, Mrs. Hovind? Secretary? Secretary at drdino.com. Give me the top 5. Emma, challenge. Get all of you atheists over there in England. And by the way, you should be glad America came and rescued your hide from Hitler over there. That's another story. Let's see. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, the word of God shall stand forever. Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth. Thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. If I was God, I'm not, by the way, but I'm one of his kids. If I was God, I would write this book in such a way that you can word things just a certain way that the guy who wants it to look like a contradiction will jump on it. Oh, contradiction. Like how old was the guy when he became king? Boy, it looks like a contradiction. Was he 22 or 42? Yes, both. He became king with his mother at 22 and became king by himself at 42. But you don't catch that, do you? Because you want it to be a contradiction. I'd fill the book with a bunch of stuff like that, just to make you look stupid Judgment Day. See, God wants his children to say, God, I trust you. I made a decision years ago. I'm going to believe God until it's proven wrong. Some of you have made a decision. You're not going to believe God until it's proven right. Okay, that's your choice. I think you got it all backwards. Let's see. There's a good website, Got Questions. What did Jesus mean when he said, this generation will not pass? And they give a long answer to the question that you guys claim is a contradiction in the Bible. No, it's not a contradiction. Okay, questions real quick. Tonight, Johnny Angel, open challenge. I'll debate you and Emma and 20 more. I'll take what? The whole Texas Atheist Club. All of you, same time. I get half the time. We go one topic at a time. You guys go first. Give me the best evidence you have for evolution. call Standing for Truth. We'll do the debate there. He's a neutral moderator. I mean, he believes one side or the other. Any moderator will. But he's fair. When it's your time to talk, he shuts off my mic. When it's my turn, he shuts off your mic. By the way, Mr. Nelson, R and Ra, the sun god, my debate challenge open for you if you let him shut off your mic when it's not your turn to talk. You can't do that, can you, Mr. Nelson? Mama never slapped you and made you shut up when it's time to talk, did she? Well, they will at Standing for Truth, okay? Huh? Steamroller. He interrupts and you can't keep your train of thought. One, Aaron, or any of you atheists, one topic at a time, you go first, and equal time for each side. You give what you think is the best evidence for evolution, I will rebut it. Then you go on to your next best evidence, and I'll rebut that. There is no evidence for evolution at all. It's a dumb religion, nothing more. And Johnny Angel, you want religion out of the schools? Okay, well then let's get evolution out of the schools. Open challenge. Johnny, Emma, get all your English atheists over there. Come on, bring it on. She debated me, what, 2 or 3 times? Twice, I don't know. What happened, Emma? Open challenge, come on. Little old Kent Hovind with a non-accredited degree. I should be a pushover. Yeah. Goliath thought that about David too. Let's see. Crybaby, thank you for watching, Crybaby, okay? Can't we get our morality from being a social ape species? Crybaby, you should watch apes interact with other apes. They will kill each other. They will rip babies apart and eat them. You get your morality from the apes. Now, I believe you in your case, okay? But I don't think that's wise to do for society. A zebra killing a lion is a poor example. Well, I'm talking about the lion killing the zebra. Since a zebra is a lion's prey and is eaten. Okay, well, suppose some idiot has some psychological disorder and he thinks it's perfectly fine to eat humans. Are there people on this planet who think it's okay to eat humans? Are there cannibals? Sure. Is it okay, crybaby, for a cannibal to go eat another human? That's what they eat. Come on now, be consistent. Let's see. The vast majority of humans don't prey on each other. Oh, you need to look around. How old are you anyway? You keep living.
12.
Yeah, 12, yeah. How many of you have ever been preyed on by somebody else? Took advantage of you, took advantage. We got a couple staying here now that got taken advantage of, yeah. Need a place to stay. People take advantage of each other all the time, okay? Crybaby, come on. Tom from Texas. Explain the diversity among kinds and how they're able to diversify in the time from Noah's Ark, okay? Well, first of all, the time from Noah's Ark on my chart here is about 4,400 years ago. It's been 4,400 years. The flood, if you get the Bible dates, was about 2,400 BC, before Christ. There's been 2,000 years since then. So about 4,400 years. Now, put the question back up, brother. Tom, explain the diversity among kinds and how they've been able to diversify in the time from Noah's Ark. Going from one pair of cows to 450 breeds of cows, which is what the current estimate is. There are 450 kinds of cows in the world, breeds of cows. Most created by man for a particular purpose. You know, more milk, more beef, stand the heat better, whatever. And many would not survive on their own. You got to babysit them, right? But going from 2 cows to 450 kinds of cows in 4,400 years is nothing compared to what you guys believe. You believe they changed from a rock to a cow. Don't you? Come on now. The rock got rained on, turned into soup, came alive, slowly evolved into a cow. That's your whole theory summarized in common sense. So I don't think it's a problem, especially when you look at when the animals spread out from Noah's Ark, which landed in Turkey, Mount Ararat, okay? When the animals began to spread out, probably took several hundred years. I think at the same time, the ice caps were huge. If the ice caps were huge during the few hundred years after the flood, it would take several hundred years to melt back. During the time when the ice caps are bigger, the oceans are smaller because the water's frozen at the North Pole. If the oceans are smaller, the continents are bigger. Come take the tour of Dinosaur Adventure Land. We cover all that. So there were several hundred years there where you could walk any place in the world. Between England and France, English Channel, 30 miles wide, only like 60 feet deep. If you lowered the oceans 200 feet, you could walk anywhere in the world. Between Vietnam, just get a map, type in continental shelf. Between Vietnam and Australia, most of the water in there is 30, 40 feet deep. If you lowered the oceans 200 feet out of 12,000, which is, what percentage is that? I can do the math. Never mind. Okay. If you took 200 feet of water out of the oceans and froze it and made the ice caps bigger, lowered the oceans 200 feet, all the continental shelves are exposed, and you can walk anywhere. Animals would tend to spread out around the world, and animals tend to stay where they're comfortable. Don't the ducks fly south for the winter? They're not comfortable up there when it's cold, so they move, okay? A lot of animals migrate to try to stay where they're more comfortable, warm weather, hot weather, cold weather, whatever. So I think the animals migrated away from Noah's Ark, and probably took several hundred years to take over the world because you could walk anywhere. You could walk to Australia for the first few hundred years. Kangaroos are generally less aggressive, so they would kind of give up their land when the lions move in and they move out, okay? I think they just happen to end up in Australia as the water's coming up from the melting ice. We cover all this on video number 6. Get the whole series. It's $50 for the whole thing. Get $300 to get 10 sets. We're trying to win a war, not build a castle. We keep them as cheap as we can, believe me. You seen our budget around here? Just barely above zero. Okay, some days. All right. And so anyway, good question. Chris, does anyone know what the story is on the rubber chicken behind Kent? Yes. It is being held there very firmly by gravity. What is the... Joe, who gave this to me and why? Do you remember?
Billy, I don't know why. It was the cry for time, more time.
Billy? Oh, more time. Cry for more time. We need more time, Kent. Yeah. Okay. Well, take a while to get him back up there. If it bothers you, I'm so sorry. Okay. Uni Mortensen. Hey, Kent, can you come to the Faroe Islands? I would love to. I don't travel much anymore, okay? I can reach as many people sitting right here in front of this camera as I used to travel. I spoke 900 times a year, traveled all over the world, went to 37 countries, preached all over the place. I've been busy life, okay? Yeah, so could you come here? Faroe, bring the whole island, bring the islands and everything over here. We could use some more islands in our lake out there, okay? When does matter go faster than the speed of light? Occult Nino. Well, Nino, I challenge you to look at the Big Bang model. What do they say happened exactly? Let's see. Look at the big, I'll call it up here real quick. Alt F open. Do they say, seminar part 1, that the Big Bang, here we go. Might take me a while to find it in here. I got, what, 1,900 slides just in that one program here. But just Google Big Bang. They will say all the matter in the universe was squeezed into a dot, smaller than a period on a page, and it expanded faster than the speed of light. They do teach you have matter going faster than the speed of light. I could call up 20 references to it if you give me some time, but I'll do that maybe another night, okay? So it can't do that, okay? The whole thing is, that's why evolution's a religion. Something they believe in. It's not science. All right, one more. We're running out of time here. We got ice. Did you get ice cream, Mrs. Hovind?
Yes.
Ice cream for those that come to church? Okay. Last one. Ice cream is manna in the Hebrew language, okay? Let's see. Genesis Baptist Church, but Genesis in the Bible got earth and sun wrong. No, God made the earth before he made the sun. Got it exactly right. See, God wanted to make sure his people knew the sun is important, you need it to live, but don't worship it. Most other cultures worship the sun. And the evolution religion has the sun coming before the earth. Oh no, the earth was made before the sun. So sorry, I disagree. All right, any more? Okay. Do you think cows are really on the ark, or were there buffalo instead, and cows are a human breeding species? Don't know and don't care, okay? I'm not sure how far the bovine kind goes. Cows, you know, how many Friday? Could you get an original ancestor and develop a cow and a buffalo? I know they can crossbreed. You get beefalo. So maybe they are the same kind, but you can't get a duckalo. Can't crossbreed a duck and a buffalo. I promise you that. All right. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.